Hi everyone, I'm Claire Marie B and welcome to my channel. In my video today I'm going to take you through my October bullet journal setup, and my theme this month is pumpkins, yay! I haven't done anything pumpkin-like I think for quite some time. This could even be my very first total pumpkin theme. Like most of my themes, I've put a bit of thought into it beforehand, or it's been bubbling away in the background that I want to do that theme for a little while, but I just can't quite land on the way to do it. And for the theme this month, I saw a print somewhere, I don't know where, but it really inspired me and I thought, aha, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm doing multiple pumpkins, leaving some little gaps between and some stars and a moon in the actual pumpkins. And I've picked 3 colours to do these in. So a really nice but sort of burnt orange, a paler orange, and then this green as well. I have to confess that orange isn't really one of my favourite colours, so I think that's why sometimes I stay away from an orange theme. However, at this time of year and in October, I just can't help but embrace the orange. But I like to do that in a slightly different way, so not a complete bright orange, but as I said, the burnt orange I really liked when I was going through and testing all my different pens. As usual, I'm using my brush tip pens. You can use any pens to recreate this, and it's a simple theme in that you really don't need lots of materials for this. It really is just coloured pens and black ink pens if that's all you want to use. I do use a little bit of craft paper on the October header and the lettering, but other than that, everything can just be recreated with coloured pens. My original plan was to just use the coloured pens and not do an outline. However, once I'd drawn all of this out, I just really felt that the black ink was needed to make everything pop a lot more. So I'm just going over all of the edges with a black ink pen. And that's my cover page complete. Onto my quote page. I've decided to step things up with my quote page. I've really enjoyed this year focusing on my lettering, and this time I decided to turn the lettering more into art. So again, I saw something that really inspired me for this. I am not in any way proposing that I have come up with this sentence or anything like that. I saw a style and thought, yes, I'm gonna try and recreate this and do this a little more in my own way. So that's where this has come from. I wanted to start to learn to make my lettering bounce a little more. It's something that I'm not brilliant at, and again, with the whole practice and how I want to keep evolving my lettering, I thought this was the perfect month to do something like this and try and really take it to the next level. And that's the cover page and the quote page complete. Let's move on to the calendar spread now. Of course, I couldn't resist a pumpkin theme and not do little mini pumpkins for each of the calendar boxes. So I picked my 4 colours and I'm just going to draw these out. These ones won't have outlines in because the whole point is to have them a little slightly faded in the background so that what I'm doing on those days is what stands out a little more. To sketch these, I created a pumpkin template by using tracing paper, and I drew the pumpkin on one side and then flipped the tracing paper over and drew around it on the outside, and that's how I did the transfer for all of the pumpkins. If I'd have drawn every single one by hand, they would have been uneven, not looking great, and it would have ended up really bothering me across the entire month. So that's how I did this. I created a stencil, and then when it came to all of the pumpkin stalks, that wasn't a stencil. That was taking it a little step too far for me. So they are not completely uniform if you really look close enough, but I was okay with those. And that's the calendar spread complete. On to what I would call my mission control. So here are some of the really key things that I want to achieve across the month or that I want to remember. So first of all, I look at my goals. So what am I ultimately wanting to achieve by the end of the month? I really do find that if I set a goal or set a target in some way, it helps me to achieve that. I know that sounds really straightforward and simple, but writing something down like that and having an actual target, it's like with anything. The minute you start tracking something, you will see the trends and movement in the positive direction. So for me, if I can write down my goals and really focus on what is it that I want to do for that particular month, I find that makes achieving it an awful lot easier, and it gives me much more focus. I'll also have a few highlights and some key learns for the month. On the right hand side, this is where I have my self-care. So I will create a list here, and I'm going to show you exactly what's on my self-care list for this month. I'm going to write that out with you. This is for when I need to focus on me a little bit. I continually put everybody and everything ahead of myself. So during the month, it's really important for me to try and do something, or remind myself every now and again of doing something for me. So that's the list that I have here. So across the month, I'll try to do as many of these as possible, and I'll keep ticking them off and checking each day if there's something else that I need to book in or do for that particular week. And my final spread for the month is my memories spread. I was loving the colour scheme this month, so it makes a perfect set of coloured boxes for the memories spread. And here's my final flip through. Thank you so much for joining me this month. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe and turn on those notifications to be told when I release future content. Catch you in my next video. Have a fantastic October. Bye.